all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason, I do it freely.
Surely, I do believe your fair cousin is wrong.
How much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It's a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is not that strange?
As strange as the thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say I love nothing in the world so well as you. But believe me not, yet I lie not. I confess nothing nor deny nothing. I'm sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear by it and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me. And I'll make him eat it that says I love not you.
Will you not eat your word?
There is no sauce that can be devised to it. I protest I love thee.
Why then? God forgive me.
What offends me, Beatrice?
You have saved me at a happy hour. I was about to protest I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart none is left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Ha! Not for the wide world.
You tell me to deny it. Farewell.
Tarry, good Beatrice.
I am gone though I am here. There is no love in you. Nay, I pray you, let me go.
Beatrice!
In faith, I will go.
We'll be friends first.
You dare! Easier be friends with me than fight mine enemy?
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height of a villain that hath slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? What bear her in hand till they come to take hands? Then with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor. Oh God, that I were a man, I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Hear me, Beatrice.
Talk with a man at a window, a proper saying.
Nay, but Beatrice.
Sweet hero, she is wronged, she is slandered, she is undone.
Beatrice.
Princes and counties, surely a princely testimony, a goodly count. Count Confect, a sweet gallant surely. Oh God, that I were a man for his sake, or I had any friend that would be a man for my sake. But manhood has melted into curtsies, and valor into compliment. Men are only turned to tongue, and trim ones too. He is now as valiant as Hercules that only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing, therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
Tarry, good Beatrice. By this hand I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul the Count Claudio hath wronged hero?
Yea, as much as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I'm engaged. I will challenge him. I will kiss her hand, and so I leave you. By this hand Claudio shall render me a dear account. As you hear of me, so think of me. Go, come for your cousin. I must say she is dead. And so, farewell.
Somehow brief the life of man runs his errant pilgrimage, that the stretching of a span buckles in the sum of age. Some have violated vows twixt the souls of friend and friend, but upon the fairest vows, or at every sentence end, will I, Rosalinda, write, teaching all that read to know the quintessence of every sprite. Heaven would in little show, therefore heaven nature charged, that one body should be filled with all graces wide and large. Nature presently distilled Helen's cheek, but not her heart. Cleopatra's majesty, Atalanta's better part, sad Lucretia's modesty. Thus Rosalind of many parts by heavenly synod was devised, of many faces, eyes, and hearts, to have the touch's dearest prize. Heaven would that she these gifts should have, and I to live and die her slave.
O most gentle pulpiter, what tedious homily of love have you wearied your parishioners with all, and never cried, "Have patience, good people"?
Didst thou hear these verses?
Oh yes, I heard them all, and more too. For some of them had in them more feet than the verses would bear.
That's no matter, the feet might bear the verses.
Aye, but the feet were lame, and could not bear themselves without the verse, and therefore stood lamely in the verse.
But didst thou hear without wondering how thy name should be hanged and carved upon these trees?
I was 7 of the 9 days out of the wanderer before you came. But look here what I found on a palm tree. I was never so be-rhymed since Pythagoras' time, that I was an Irish rat, which I can hardly remember.
Show you who hath done this.
Is it a man?
And a chain that you once wore about his neck. Change you color!
I prithee who?
Oh, Lord, Lord, it is a hard matter for friends to meet, but mountains may be removed with earthquakes, and so encounter.
Nay, but who is it?
Is it possible?
Nay, I prithee. Now with most petitionary behemoths, tell me who it is.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, and most wonderful, wonderful, and yet again wonderful, and after that out of all hooping.
Good my complexion, dost thou think, though I am comparison like a man? I have a doublet and hose in my disposition. 1 inch of delay more is a south sea of discovery. I prithee tell me who it is, quickly, and speak apace. I would thou couldst stammer, that thou mightest pour this concealed man out of thy mouth, as wine comes out of a narrow-mouthed bottle. Either too much at once, or none at all. I prithee take the cork out of thy mouth, that I may drink thy tidings.
So you may put a man in your belly.
Is he of God's making? What manner of man? Is his head worth a hat, or his chin worth a beard?
Nay, he hath but a little beard.
Why, God will send more. If the man be thankful, let me stay the growth of his beard. If thou delay me not the knowledge of his chin.
It is young Orlando that tripped up the wrestler's heel, and your heart both in an instant.
Nay, the devil take mocking. Speak sad brow and true maid.
Because 'tis he.
Orlando, Orlando! Alas the day! What shall I do with my doublet and hose? What did he when thou sawest him? What said he? How looked he? Where and went he? Where remains he? How parted he with thee? And when shalt thou see him again? Answer me in 1 word.
You must borrow me Gargantua's mouth first. 'Tis a word too great for any mouth of this age's size. To say aye or no to these particulars is more than to answer in a catechism.
But doth he know that I am in the forest, and in man's apparel? Looks he as freshly as he did the day he wrestled?
It is as easy to count atomies as to resolve the propositions of 11. But take a taste in my finding him, and relish it with good observance. I found him under a tree like a dropped acorn.
It may well be called Jove's tree, when it drops forth such fruit.
Give me audience, good madam.
Proceed.
There lay he, stretched along like a wounded knight.
Oh, though it be a pity to see such a sight, it well becomes the ground.
Cry holla to thy tongue, I prithee, it curvets unseasonably. He was furnished like a hunter.
Oh, ominous. He comes to kill my heart.
I would sing my song without a burden, thou bringest me out of tune.
Do you not know I am a woman? When I think, I must speak. Sweet, say on.
You bring me out. Soft! Comes he not here?
Tis he, slip by and note him!
Sir, your glove!
Not mine. My gloves are on.
Why then, this may be yours, for this is but one.
Let me see. Aye, it is mine. Give it me. Sweet ornament that decks the thing divine. Oh, Sylvia, Sylvia.
Madam Sylvia! Madam Sylvia!
How now, Sarah?
She's not within hearing, sir.
Why, sir, who bade you call her?
Your worship, sir. Or else I mistook.
Well, you'll still be too forward.
And yet, I was last chidden for being too slow.
Go to, sir. Tell me, do you know Madam Sylvia?
She that your worship loves?
Why, how know you that I am in love?
Very, by these special marks. First, you have learned, like Sir Proteus, to read your arms, like a malcontent, to relish a love song like a robin redbreast, to walk alone like one that had the pestilence, to sigh like a schoolboy that lost his ABC, to weep like a young wench that buried her grand dam, to fast like one that takes to diet, to watch like one that fears robbing, to speak pulling
like a beggar at Hallowmas. You were wont. When you laughed, to crow like a cock. When you walked, to walk like one of the lions. When you fasted, it was presently after dinner. When you looked sadly, it was for want of money. And now you are metamorphosed with a mistress that when I look on you, I can hardly think you my master.
Are all these things perceived in me?
They're all perceived without you.
Without me, they cannot.
Without you, nay, that's certain, for without you were so simple, none else would. But you are so without these follies, that these follies are within you, and shine through you like the water and an urinal. That not an eye that sees you, but is a physician to comment on your malady.
But tell me, dost thou know, my lady Sylvia?
She that you gaze on so as she sits at supper?
Hast thou observed that? Even she, I mean.
Why, sir, I know her not.
You know her by my gazing on her, yet knowest her not.
Is she not hard-favored, sir?
Not so fair, boy, as well-favored.
Sir, I know that well enough.
What dost thou know?
That she is not so fair as of you well-favored.
I mean that her beauty is exquisite, but her favor infinite.
That's because the one is painted and the other out of all count.
How painted? And how out of count?
Marry, sir, so painted to make her fair that no man counts of her beauty.
How esteemest thou me? I account of her beauty.
You never saw her since she was deformed.
How long hath she been deformed?
Ever since you loved her.
Oh, I have loved her ever since I saw her, and still I see her beautiful.
If you love her, you cannot see her.
Why?
Because love is blind. Oh, that you had mine eyes. Or your own eyes had the lights they were wont to have when you chid at Sir Proteus for going ungartered.
What should I see then?
Your own present folly and her passing deformity. For he, being in love, cannot see to garter his hose. And you, being in love, cannot see to put on your hose.
Belike, boy, then you are in love. For last morning you could not see to wipe my shoes.
True. Sir, I was in love with my bed. I thank you. You swinged me for my love, which makes me the bolder to chid you for yours.
In conclusion, I stand affected to her.
I would you were set so your affection would cease.
Last night, she enjoined me to write some lines to one she loves.
And have you?
I have.
Are they not lamely writ?
No, boy, but as well as I can do them. Peace! Here she comes!
Oh, excellent motion. Oh, exceeding puppet. Now will he interpret to her.
The honorable lady of the house, which is she?
Speak to me, I shall answer for her. Your will?
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me if you be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I've taken great pains to con it. Good beauties, let me sustain no scorn. I am very comfortable, even to the least sinister usage.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I've studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentle one, give me modest assurance, if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart. And yet, by the very fangs of malice, I swear I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain, if you are she, you do usurp yourself. For what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important, and I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
It is more like to be feigned. I pray you, keep it in. I hear you were saucy at my gates, and I allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not the time of moon with me to make one in so skipping a dialogue. Tell me your mind.
I am a messenger.
Sure you have some hideous matter to deliver when the courtesy of it is so fearful? Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as fun of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhood. To your ears divinity, to any other's profanation.
Fine. Give us the place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method in the first of his heart.
Oh, I've read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But we will draw back the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was this present, is't not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis in grain, sir, 'twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive, if you will lead these graces to the grave, and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I shall not be so hard-hearted. I will give out diverse schedules of my beauty, inventoried in every particle and utensil labeled to my will as item, 2 lips indifferent red, item, 2 gray eyes with lids to them, item, 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see you what you are. You are too proud. But if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompense, though you were crowned the non-peril of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Let him send no more. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, free learned and valiant, in dimensions and shape of nature, a gracious person. But yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you, in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contemned love, and sing them loudly, even in the dead of night. Hallow your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, "O Livia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me."
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my estate as well. I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more. Unless, perchance, you come to me again, to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I am no feed post, lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Let your heart of flint that he shall love, and let your fervor, like my master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state as well. I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art. Thy face, thy tongue, thy limbs, actions and spirits do give thee 5-fold blazon. Not too fast. Soft, soft. I do. I know not what and fear to find. Mine eye too great, a flatterer for my mind. Fate, show thy force, ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.
Hail to your lordship. I'm glad to see you well, Horatio, or do I forget myself?
The same, my lord, and your poor servant ever.
Sir, my good friend, I'll change that name with you. And what make you from Wittenberg, Horatio?
The truest disposition, my good lord.
I would not hear your enemies say so, nor shall you do mine ear that violence. To make it true, sir, of your own report against yourself, I know you are no truant. But what is your affair in Elsinore? I'll teach you to drink deep ere you depart.
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
I pray thee do not mock me, fellow student. I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Thrift, Horatio. The funeral baked meats did coldly furnish forth the marriage tables. Would I had ever met my dearest foe, or ever had I seen that day my father. Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
I think I saw him once. He was a goodly king.
He was a man. Take him for all in all. I shall not look upon his like again.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king, my father!
Season your admiration for a while, with an attent ear till I may deliver. Upon these gentlemen, this'll marvel you.
For God's love, let me hear.
2 nights together had 2 gentlemen, Marcellus and Bernardo, on their watch. In the dead vast and middle of the night when thus encountered, a figure like your father, armed at point exactly cap a pea, appears before them, and with a solemn march walks slowly and stately by them. Thrice he walked by their oppressed and fear surprised eyes. Stand dumb and speak not to him. This to me in dreadful secrecy impart they did. And I with them on the 3rd night kept watch. The apparition comes. I knew your father. These hands are not more like.
But where was this?
My lord, upon the platform where we watched.
Did you not speak to it?
My lord, I did, but answer made it none.
'Tis very strange.
'Tis, my lord, and we write it down on our duty to let you know of it.
Indeed, sirs, but this troubles me. Hold you the watch tonight?
We do, my lord.
Armed, you say?
Armed, my lord.
From top to toe?
My lord, from head to foot.
Then you saw not his face?
Oh no, he wore his beaver out.
I would I had been there.
It would have much amazed you.
Very like. Stayed it long.
But one with a moderate taste might tell 100.
His beard was grizzled, no?
The sabled silver, as I have seen it in his life.
I will watch tonight. Perchance 'twill walk again.
I warrant it will.
If it assume my noble father's person, I'll speak to it. Though hell itself should gape and bid me hold my peace, I pray you all, if you have hitherto concealed this sight, let it be tenable in your silence. And whatsoever else shall hap tonight, give it an understanding, but no tongue. I will requite your love, so fare you well. Upon this platform, twixt 11 and 12, I'll visit you.
Our duty to your honor.
Your love says mine to yours. Farewell.
All the infections that the sun sucks up from bogs, fens, flats on Prosper Fall and make him, by inchmeal, a disease. His spirits hear me, and yet I needs must curse, but don't nor pinch, fright me with urchin shows, pitch me in the mire, or lead me like a firebrand in the dark. Out of my way, unless he bid him. But for every trifle are they set upon me, sometime like apes that mow and chatter at me, and after bite me. Then like hedgehogs which lie tumbling in my barefoot way and mount their pricks. At my footfall, sometime am I all wound with adders who with cloven tongues to hiss me into madness. Lo, now lo, here comes a spirit of his to torment me for bringing my wood in slowly. Off flat, perchance he will not mind me.
hears neither bush nor shrub to bear up any weather at all. And another storm is brewing. I hear it sing in the wind. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one, looks like a foul bombard that would shed his liquor. Oh, if it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Yon same cloud cannot choose but fall by pale foot. What have we here? A man? Or a fish? Dead? Or alive? Fish. He smells like a fish. Very ancient and fish-like smell. A kind of not the newest Poor John. We're in England now, as I once was, and had but this fish painted. Not a holiday fool there, but would give a piece of silver. Any strange beast there makes a man, any strange monster there makes a man. When they will not give a doit to relieve a lame beggar, they will lazy out 10 to see a dead Indian. Legged like a man, and his fins like arms. Warm, oh my troth, I do not let loose my opinion, hold it in no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that hath lately suffered by thunderbolt. Alas, the storm come again. I will here creep under his scabbard until the dreadful storm be past. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows.
The master, the swabber, the boatswain, and I, the gunner and his mate, loved Mo, Meg, and Marion, and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate. For she had a tongue with a tang. Hush! Would cry to a sailor, go hang! Hush! She loved not the savor of tar nor of pitch, yet a tailor might scratch her where she did it. Then to sea, boys, then to sea, and let her go hang. It is this is a scurvy tune. Here's my comfort.
Do not torment me.
What's the matter? Have we devils here? Do you put tricks upon with savages and men of Indy? I've not escaped drowning to be afeard of your 4 legs. For it's been said, as proper man is who went on 4 legs cannot make him give ground. It shall be said so again while Stefano breathes at nostrils.
The spirit torments me.
This is some monster of the isle with 4 legs who hath got it, as I take it, an ague. Where the devil should he learn our language? I will give him some relief. If it be for that, if I can recover him and keep him tame and get to Naples with him, he's a present for any emperor that trod on neat's leather.
Do not torment me, prithee. I'll bring my wood home faster.
He's in his fit now and does not talk after the wisest. He shall taste of my bottle. If all the wine in my bottle will recover him, we'll go near to remove his fit. Come, amen.
I should know that voice. It should be. But he is drowned, and these are devils who defend me.
4 legs and 2 voices. A most delicate monster indeed. His forward voices speak well of his friends. His backward voices utter foul speeches and to detract. If all the wine in my bottle will recover him, I will pour some in his other mouth. Come, amen.
Stefano!
Oh, thy other mouth, call me. Mercy, mercy, this is a devil, and no monster. I will leave him, I have no long spoon.
Stefano, if thou beest Stefano, touch me and speak to me, for I am Trinculo, thy good friend Trinculo.
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. I'll pull thee by thy lesser legs. If any be Trinculo's legs, these be they. Thou art very Trinculo indeed. How camest thou to beat the siege of this moon calf? Can he vent Trinculos?
I took him to be killed with a thunderstroke, but thou art living, Stephano. Oh, I hope now thou art not drowned. Is the storm overblown? I hid myself under the dead moon calf's gabardine for fear of the storm. But thou art living, Stephano. Oh, Stephano, 2 Neapolitans gape.
Oh, prithee. Oh, do not turn me about. My stomach is not constant.
These be fine things, and if they be not sprites, that's a brave god and bears celestial liquor. I will kneel to him.
How didst thou escape? How camest thou hither? Swear by this bottle how thou camest hither. I escaped upon the butt of a sack which the sailors heaved overboard. By this bottle, which I made from the bark of a tree with mine own hand since I was cast ashore.
I will swear upon this bottle to be thy true subject. For the liquor is not earthly.
How didst thou escape? How camest thou hither?
Swum ashore, man, like a duck. I could swim like a duck. I'll be sworn.
Though thou canst swim like a duck, thou art made like a goose.
Oh, Stephano. Hast any more of this?
The whole butt, man. My cellar's in a rock by the seaside. Hana Muka, how does thine ague you?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of the moon, I do assure thee. I was the man in the moon when time was.
I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush.
Why, this good life, this is a most shallow monster. I have feared him, a very weak monster. The man in the moon. Oh, well-drawn monster in good sooth.
I'll show thee every fertile inch of the island. I prithee, be my god.
Come on then, kiss the book. I will furnish it anon with new contents. Swear.
By this life, this is the most perfidious and drunken monster. When God's asleep, he'll rub his bottle.
I'll show thee the best springs. I'll pluck thee berries. I'll get thee wood enough. A plague upon the tyrant that I serve. I'll bear him no more sticks, but follow thee, the wondrous man.
Come, kiss.
The most drunken monster to make a wonder of a poor drunkard.
I prithee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I, with my long nails, will dig thee pig nuts, show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. I prithee, wilt thou go with me?
I prithee now, lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo, the king and all of our company else being drowned, we will inherit here. Here, bear my buck, fellow Trinculo. We will fill him by and by again.
Farewell, master! Farewell! Farewell!
A howling monster, a drunken monster.
No more dams I'll make for fish, nor fetch and firing at requiring, nor scape trencher, nor wash dish. Ban! Ban! Caliban has got a new master, get a new man. Hey day freedom! Hey day freedom! Freedom!
Oh, brave monster, lead the way.
Clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised no return. Perchance she cannot meet him. That's not so. Oh, she is lame! Love heralds would be such which 10 times faster glide than the sun's beams, driving back shadows over luring hills. Therefore, do nimble pinion doves draw love? And therefore, hath the wind swift Cupid's wings? And now the sun's upon the highmost hill. From this day's journey from 9 to 12 is 3 long hours, yet she is not come. Had she affections and warm, youthful blood, she'd be as swift as a motion and ball. My words would bandy to him my sweet love, with his to me. But old folks may feign as they were dead, and wildly, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh God, she comes! Honey nurse, what news? Now, good, sweet nurse. Oh Lord, why thou lookest so sad? If news sad, tell merrily. If happy, thou shamest the music of sweet news by telling it to me so sour a face. I am weary.
Give me leave a while. Why my bones ache? What a chance have I had?
I would thou hast my bones and I thy news. Nay, I pray thee, speak, good nurse. Speak.
Just you with haste. Can you not see? Can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? The excuse that thou dost make in this delay is longer than the tale thou dost excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Say either and I'll stay the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is't good or bad?
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man, Romeo, no, not he, though his face be better than any man's, and his leg excels all men's, and for a hand, and a foot, and a body, though they not be talked upon, yet they are better than any man's. He is not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant you as gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, wench. Serve God. What, have you dined at home?
No, but all of this I know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Lord, how my head aches. What a head I have. Oh, it beats as it would fall into 20 pieces. Oh, my back. Oh, other side. My back. Beshrew your heart for sending me about to catch my death with jaunting up and down.
Aye, faith. I'm sorry that thou art not well. How sweet. Nurse, tell me, what says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a handsome, and all warrant a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where should she be? How oddly thou replies. Your love says like an honest gentleman. Where is your mother?
God's lady dear, are you so hot? Mary, come up, I trow. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforth, do your messages yourself.
Dear, such child, come. What says Romeo?
Do you have leave to go to shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you to Friar Lawrence' cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. Now the wanton blood comes rushing to your cheeks. They'll be scarlet straight at any news. Hie you to the church. I must another way, to fetch a ladder by which your love must climb a bird's nest soon when it is dark. I am the drudge and toil in your delight, but you shall bear the burden soon at night. Go, all to dinner. Hie you to the cell.
to high fortune. Honest nurse, farewell.
There be some sports are painful, and their labor delight in them sets off. Some kind of baseness are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to rich ends. This, my mean task, would be as heavy to me as odious. But the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead, and makes my labors pleasures. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her father's crabbed, and he's composed of harshness. I must remove some thousands of these logs and pile them up. Upon a sore injunction, my sweet mistress weeps when she sees me work, and says with such baseness, I never like executive. I forget. But these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labors. Most busy lest when I do it.
Alas now, pray you, work not so hard. I would the lightning had burnt up those logs that you were enjoyed to pile. Pray, set it down and rest you. 'Twill weep for having wearied you. My father is hard at study. He's safe for these 3 hours.
Oh, no, mistress. The sun will set before I shall discharge what I must strive to do.
If you'll sit down, I'll bear the logs the while. Pray, give me that. I'll carry it to the pile.
No, precious creature. I'd rather crack my sinews, break my back, than for you such dishonor undergo, while I sit lazy by.
It would become me, as well as it does you, and I should do, for my good will is to what yours is against. You look wearily.
No, noble mistress. 'Tis fresh morning with me when you are by at night. I do beseech you, chiefly that I might set it in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my father had broken your haste to say so.
Admired Miranda. Indeed, the top of admiration. Worth what's dearest to the world. Full many lady have I eyed with best regard, and many a times their tongues hath into bondage my too diligent ear. For several virtues have I liked several women, but none with so fun a soul, but some defect in her. Did quarrel with the noblest grace and put it to the foil. But you? Oh, you, so perfect and so peerless, are created of every creature's best.
Do you love me?
O heaven, O earth, bear witness to the sound and crown I profess with kind event. If I speak true, if hollowly invert what is best boded me to mischief, I beyond all limits I else of the world do love, prize, honor you.
I'm a fool to weep for what I'm glad of.
Wherefore weep you?
At mine unworthiness that dares not offer what I desire to give, and much less take what I die to want. But this is trifling. The bigger bulk it shows. Hence bashful, cunning, and prompt me plain and holy innocence. I am your wife if you will marry me. If not, I'll die your maid. To be your fellow you may deny me, but I'll be your servant whether you will or no.
My mistress dearest, am I thus humble ever?
My husband, then.
I with a heart as willing as bondager of freedom. Here's my hand.
And mine, with my heart in it. Now, farewell to half an hour hence.
1,000,000.
What is your pleasure, madam? You know, Helen, I'm a mother to you.
Mine honorable mistress.
Nay, a mother. Why not a mother? When I said a mother, methought you saw a serpent. What's a mother that you started it? I say I am your mother,
and I put you in a catalogue of those that were in wounded mine. 'Tis often seen, adoption strives with nature, and choice breeds, and native slip to us from foreign seeds. You never oppressed me with a mother's groan, yet I expressed to you a mother's care. God's mercy, maiden, does it curd thy blood to say I am thy mother? What's the matter? That this distempered messenger of what? The many-colored iris browns thine eye? Why? That you are my daughter?
That I am not.
I say I am your mother.
Pardon, madam. The Count Brazilian cannot be my brother. I am from Humble. He is from Otterly. No note upon my parents is all noble. But I, whose servant, will live, and will his vassal die. He must not be my brother.
Nor I your mother?
You are my mother, madam. Would you were, so that my lord your son were not my brother? Indeed, my mother. Or were you both our mothers? I care no more for that I do for heaven, so that I were not his sister, can't no other. But I your daughter. Must he be my brother?
Yes, Helen, he might be my daughter-in-law. God shield you, mean it not. Daughter and mother so strive upon your pulse. But what pale again? My fear hath catched your fondness. Now I see the mystery of your loneliness, and find your salt tears head. Now to all sense 'tis gross. You love my son. Invention is ashamed against the proclamation of thy passion. To say thou does not, therefore tell me true, but tell me then 'tis so. For look thine cheeks, confess it, the one to the other, and in thine eyes see it so grossly shown in thy behaviors, that in their kind face speak it. Only sin and hellish obstinacy tie thy tongue. That truth should be suspected. But speak it so? If it be so, you wound a goodly crew. If it be not, forswear it. However, I charge thee, as heaven shall work in me for thine avail. Tell me truly.
Good madam, pardon me.
Do you love my son?
Your pardon, noble mistress.
Love you, my son?
Do you not love him, madam?
Go about my love hath is to bond whereof the world takes note. Come disclose the state of your affections, for your passions to have to the full appeached.
Then I confess, here on my knee before high heaven and you, that before you and next unto high heaven, I love your son. My friends were poor, but honest, so is my love. Be not offended, for it hurts not him that he is loved of me. I follow him not by any token of presumptuous suit, nor would I have him till I do desert him, yet never know how that desert should be. I know I love in vain, strive against hope, yet this captures an intent of sieve. I still pour in the waters of my love, and lack not to lose still. Thus Indian-like, religious in mine air, I adore the sun that looks upon his worshipper, but those of him no more. My dearest madam, let not your hate encounter where you do, but if yourself, whose age honors sights a virtuous youth, did ever in so true a flame of liking, wish chastely and love dearly that do your deed was both herself and love. Oh, then give pity to her, who is in state is in such that cannot choose, but lend and give where she is sure to lose. That seeks not to find what her search implies, but riddle-like lives, sweetly where she dies.
Had you not lately an intent? Speak truly. To go to Paris?
Madame, I had.
Wherefore? Tell true.
I will tell true. By grace to self I swear. You know my father left me some rare improved effects, such as his manifest experiences had collected for general sovereignty, and that he willed me in heedfulness to bestow them as notes, whose facilities that were more than they were in note. Amongst the rest there is a remedy, approved, set down, whereof the king is rendered lost.
This was your motive. For Paris, was it? Speak.
My lord, your son made me think of this, else Paris and the king had from the conversations of my thoughts happily been absent then.
But think you, Helen, if you should tender your supposed aid, would he receive it? He and his physicians are of a mind that they cannot help him. They that they cannot help, how shall they credit? A poor, unlearned virgin, when the schools emboweled of their doctrine have left off the danger to itself.
There's something in it more than my father's skill, which was the greatest of his profession, that his good receipt shall be sanctified by the luckiest stars in heaven.
But would your honor give me leave to try success, I'd venture the well-lost life of mine by his grace's cure by such a day and hour.
Dost thou believed?
Ay, madam, knowingly.
Why, Helen,
Thou shalt have my leave and love, my means and attendance, and my loving greetings of those of mine in court. I'll stay at home, and pray God's blessings unto thy attempt. Be gone tomorrow, and be sure of this, for what I can help to thee, to thou shalt not miss.
He said he will return confident. He hath commanded me to go to bed, and bade me to dismiss you.
Dismiss me.
It was his bidding, therefore, good Amelia, give me my nightly news and adieu. We must not now displease him.
How would you have never seen him?
So not I, not even his checks, his frowns. Prithee unto me. Have grace and favor in them.
I heard that she teabagged me on the bed.
All's one, in good faith. Ugh, how foolish are minds! If I do die before thee, prithee, draw me in one of those same sheets.
Come, you talk.
My mother had a maid called Barbara. She was in love, and she he loved proved mad, and did forsake her. She had a song of Willow, an old thing 'twas, but it expressed her fortune, and she died singing it. That song tonight will not leave from my mind. I have much to do, but to go lay my head all at one side and sing like poor Barbara. Prithee, dispatch.
Shall I go fetch your nightgown?
No, unpin me here. Here. This Lodovico is a proper man.
A very handsome man.
He speaks well.
I know a lady in Venice who would have walked barefoot to Palestine for a touch of his nether lip.
Poor soul sat sighing by a sycamore tree, singing willow, willow, willow. Her hand on her bosom, her head on her knee, sing willow, willow. Let nobody blame him. Scorn I approve. Nay, that is not next. Hark, who is that knock?
It's the wind.
If I couch more women, will you court more men? Good night. 8 eyes do itch. Doth that bode weaken?
'Tis neither here nor there.
In troth, I think I wouldst not.
In troth, I think I should, and undo it when I had done. Marry, I would not do such a thing for a joint ring, nor for measures of lawn, nor gowns, petticoats, no caps, nor any petty exhibition. But for the whole world, why, who wouldn't to make their husband a cuckold in order to make him a monarch? I should venture purgatory for it.
I do not think there is any such woman.
A wrong is but a wrong in the world. The world for your labor is a wrong in your world, where you might quickly make it right.
Wouldst thou do such a deed for all the world?